A Silent Voice is a new anime movie that's working its way around the US, and I got a chance to check this movie out. And this is about a young girl named Nishimiya who is a deaf girl, and she attends a new school, and she's very excited about attending this new school because she gets the chance to meet new friends and share her notebook and have people communicate with her. A young boy named Ishida sees it as his sole mission to terrorize this young girl, even going as far as ripping out her hearing aids and throwing them around the classroom. We fast forward a few years later, and Ishida is feeling terrible about how he treated his young classmate, and he tries to track her down, learn sign language, buy her gifts, and just really get to know her and really connect with her because he was a bully, and as she moved away to attend a different school due to her being bullied, he was the one that was being bullied, and he finally realized how it felt to be bullied, and he really isolated a lot of people out of his life. And the movie really has this unique tale of having pretty much the antagonist of the movie be the protagonist, and telling it from the viewpoints of the person who was doing the bullying instead of the person that was being bullied. So right there, I was interested in this story because of the unique approach to telling this story and not having it be a full dramatic story about the young girl that was being bullied and her overcoming that and trying to, make a lot of new friends. Instead, we have the story of this young boy who is a terrible person in the beginning of the movie, and he's trying to redeem himself, trying to make friends and learn sign language and really help out this young girl. And then it becomes a redemption story, and this movie is really heart-wrenching to watch. It's really heartbreaking. It's a very sad film about how this young guy treats this young girl and how he feels about himself years down the road when he realizes things about himself. It's a really, really interesting story, and it's really heartbreaking, but also at the times, it is a bit heartwarming as well. I thought the approach of having the boy be the main part of the story is a smart move because we saw him in the beginning really just terrorizing this young girl, being the worst bully in the school, and just really hurting this girl's feeling to the point where she moves away once again. And then fast forward a few years later, and he's really just broken down inside, and he's really isolating a lot of people away from his life. The movie does this great job of putting blue X's on people's faces that he just can't communicate with or really doesn't know, and there's just a few people that don't have blue X's on their face. So there's a lot of great character development in this movie, going from someone that is truly despisable to someone that you really want him to do good around his town and with his friends. You want him to, redeem himself. You want him to know more about himself. You want him to be able to connect with people. You feel something for him despite having all of those scenes in the beginning of the movie. The movie did a great job of just building this character and honestly making me feel something for the character and ending the movie on a very likable note compared to how the movie really did start. And it's a very relatable movie. A lot of people have been bullied, or people are the bullies. When I was younger, I was bullied a lot with, wanting to read like Harry Potter during recess and stuff. So I thought this was a very relatable movie and very heartbreaking to watch, and brought up all these emotions. And I do think that this film did a great job of creating this realistic approach to the bullies and not really holding anything back to where the point where the guy just feels something towards himself and wants to connect with this young girl again. And those moments where they connect once again when they're a little bit older and he's doing sign language, bringing her bread to her school, buying her gifts, taking her to the amusement parks. It's all great that the guy wants to do those things for him, but you have to have that deeper level of connection to kind of feel sorry and, really trying to redeem yourself. The movie does a great job of just not being about materials and things like that. They do a great job of trying to show that he's willing to be there at all times and really risk his life to help her and different things like that. So I really appreciate that it just wasn't about buying gifts and, I'm sorry, here's some food. I'm sorry, here's a ticket to the amusement park. There's other ways that this boy is trying to tell this girl that he's sorry, and it just feels very humane. There are a few flaws with this movie. The boy does be a bully to a lot of different people, and there are a lot of kids around his school that are bullies as well. So throughout this movie, they introduced the characters that were in the beginning of the story that were either bullies or were being bullied by Ishida. So they bring them back into his life, and he tries to build a connection with them again, or he still really hates them. So the movie does bring a lot of new characters in throughout the film, and honestly I forget who they are from the beginning of the movie. They don't have that strong connection with Ishida like Nishimiya does, and so I don't feel like a lot of the characters are developed as well as Ishida and Nishimiya, but it is nice to see different characters trying to bring out the good in Ishida. There is a friend of Ishida's that is very quirky and fun, and he brings out the best in him as well. And the problem is that there's so many characters that are being introduced and they don't have the qualities that I appreciate like Ishida and Nishimiya's, so it's hard to keep track with who they are. Also, at times the tone is a little bit inconsistent. Sometimes it takes fun moments and turns them into dramatic moments, or dramatic moments seem fun moments. There's scenes where he's bullying her and they play some pop music over it. I just feel like the tone is a little bit inconsistent at times. But besides that, A Silent Voice is a very emotional film with some great characters, great redeeming sequences, great character development. I cried a few times. It is a very emotional film, very powerful. It's heartbreaking, but also at times very heartwarming on how he wants to build this connection with that young girl. It's very sweet, and I love seeing them two interact. I really could have done without some of the other characters, and I would have loved to see a little more of just them two building that strong relationship that they were going for in the movie. I'm going to go ahead and give A Silent Voice an A-. Very sweet film. Definitely check out A Silent Voice if it's playing in your area. If you get a chance to see it, definitely check it out. It is a very good anime film. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Just Watch Movies down below. Hit that bell notification so you get all my videos first right when I upload them. You guys are the best as always. This is Just Watch Movies, and you stay classy, YouTube.